What's going on, people? Mr. King of World here. I want to discuss very quickly a glaring problem with the Heist game mode in Battlefield Hardline. At least in the beta here, although I don't exactly see what they can do to fix it. But basically, if you don't know what the Heist mode is, you have these two vehicles here, these armored vehicles that are carrying money. They both wreck or whatever. You have to set them like you would an MCOM and Rush. Wait about 45 seconds to a minute. I don't know exactly what it is. It's at least 45 seconds until the MCOM. I'm just going to call it an MCOM. That's what it is. Basically, it goes off, thus exposing the cash that's inside the truck. Then you take the cash to one of those two objectives. One is over on the street. One is up on top of a skyscraper. So, the problem with this game mode is the criminal team. If you have a criminal team that knows what they're doing, this game can end in 2-3 minutes. And in this video, which is 7.5 minutes long, I will be playing as a criminal 2 separate full entire rounds of Heist will be shown here in this one 7.5 minute video, and I'm talking unedited, uncut, 2 videos. Two rounds actually, and that is a problem. You know, the criminals, they spawn very close to the objectives. They don't have vehicles, but they're even on foot. I guess they have feet. Even on foot, they're very close to the objectives. The law enforcement team, they spawn way over about 300 meters away or something. They have all kinds of vehicles, but even with the fast vehicles like they are in this game, they can't get there in time if the criminals know what they're doing. And that is assuming that when the criminals spawn in, you have half the team going up top to get the bridge MCOM set, the other half going down there to get the bottom one set. The bottom one, probably the easier of the two. If the cops don't know what they're doing, then it doesn't really matter, because you can have them win the game before anything even happens, before the cops are even there, as is the case with this one right here. Now you see we're about 3 minutes in, and this, not even 3 minutes in, and this round is pretty much over. I mean, we have one set over, we have one package delivered. The other guy is heading up top of the roof to jump down. It can be an issue. Now, the case can be made other game modes and other Battlefield games, you know, particularly Rush are like this too. If you have one severely overpowered team, they can just run right through and keep setting all the MCOMs. And yes, that's true. However, not to the extent of this. Alright, in Rush, you know, you have 3, 4, sometimes 5 sets of MCOMs. Here you have like one. You go set the MCOM, and you wait for it to blow up, and then you take it to the objective. And that's it. And the problem is, you set the MCOM here, it takes about 45 seconds to a minute for the MCOM to actually go off. And that was one full round right there. That literally was minutes. It's not even worth the loading time sometimes. I mean, we're talking 3 minutes and that match is completely over. That's, you know, you don't even get a chance to pull your gun out sometimes as a criminal if your team knows what they're doing. Now, as I was saying, in Rush and other Battlefield games, you have 3, 4, 5 sets of MCOMs. Yes, you can still run right over the opposite team. Yes, you can still win very quickly. But not to the extent of this, because in this game, you know, you set this thing down here, and then I believe it's 45 seconds. I couldn't see the timer there. 45 seconds, I believe, is what it is. So really, the only reason this game mode even lasts 3 minutes at times is because you have to wait the initial 1 minute to set it and wait for it to explode. And during that minute, a lot of times you're just standing there because cops aren't coming. Now, this is not always. Now, there's times where you can have some very good games if the cops are competent. But I find very often, as a criminal, if you're on a good team, it just ends too soon, and it's not worth the time it even takes to load into the game. Sometimes. I have played some very fun Heist rounds, but a lot of times this is what happened. Now, I want you to see what just happened there. I know I said I wasn't going to edit this, but here I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So I'm shooting at these guys, alright. As I'm shooting, my character, for whatever reason, decided to throw a random grenade. I did not press any buttons for that to happen. My character did not show any animations. I'm just shooting those guys, and somehow a grenade just leaves, and I don't know what happened there, but I'm just shooting those guys, and as I'm shooting them, a grenade just randomly goes flying from whatever orifice it came from in my body and killed those guys and then me, because I obviously did not throw a grenade, so I did not expect there to be a grenade there. That was weird, but that's a different story. So, Heist can be fun. As I've said, as I have the bag here, Heist can certainly be fun, without question. I've played some fun Heist modes, if both teams know what they're doing, or at least if the cops do. The criminals don't necessarily need to know what they're doing, because the criminals just have such an advantage in Heist, I believe. They spawn very close. I know I'm beating around the bush here, and I keep talking about the same thing here, but it can be bothersome, and I don't know what they can really do to fix it. To be honest with you, there's not a whole lot that can be done. You know, the only thing they can really do is maybe put another objective and another armored vehicle, but that wouldn't really make sense. I mean, that would probably help out a little bit, to be honest with you. If you put another armored vehicle somewhere else on the map with another objective, that could help a little bit, without question. But how are they going to do that? I don't know. There's no, you know, tickets aren't a factor in this game mode very much, unless the criminals lose all their tickets, which very rarely happens. There you see the bar down there. We've barely lost any tickets, so it doesn't happen that often. You know, I'm trying to wrap my head around what they can do. Unless it's just going to be like that. That's just the way it's going to be, I guess. You're going to have the criminal team, which can easily overpower the police if the police are not don't have their stuff there, don't have their act together as a team. And the criminals, you know, it doesn't even take a whole team of criminals. It takes two guys that know what they're doing to go grab the loot, take the objective, and that's it. I don't know. It could be a little bit of a problem. Hopefully they can do something to kind of balance that out a little bit. As I said, I played some fun game modes. I played some modes that, you know, I played some heist games that lasted 15 minutes, but there you just saw 2 entire rounds with no editing, except for that little slow motion thing I wanted to show you. And it just seems like it can be a little bit ridiculous at times. And I really don't know what to say about it. Hopefully they do something. Thanks for watching, Mr. King of the World. It's been real and it's been fun. But it hasn't been real fun. I have more Hardline, BF4, and all that other good stuff coming by.
Thank you. It's a wrap.